Hello my friends, it's Danny, and today I am making steamed Brussels sprouts with bacon and apples. Now, this dish is beautiful and delicious enough for your holiday table, and it's also easy enough to make on a Tuesday night. Brussels sprouts are in season right now, so you're gonna see them all over the grocery store, all over the farmers markets, but they're also very available all throughout the year. So I love having a handful of recipes that I keep in my back pocket so that I can work Brussels sprouts into the kitchen all year round, and I'm gonna make sure to link to some of my favorites down in the description box below. But the one I'm gonna show you today is definitely at the top of my list. Now, this is a super simple recipe. It only uses 5 main ingredients, starting with 1 pound of Brussels sprouts. When I was at the store, I happened to find my Brussels sprouts still on the stalk, which I love. It's super fun, and you know that the Brussels sprouts are super fresh. All you have to do to remove them is take a paring knife and just slice them right off the stalk. You could also just pull them right off the stalk, just like this. Then once I have them all off, I give them a good rinse under some cold water. Then I bring them back, trim off the bottom if needed. Now, when they're coming right off the stalk, you don't usually need to trim the end because it's nice and fresh. But if it looked a little bit dried out or some browning or some yellow, then you just want to trim it just like this, and then slice them in half and they're ready to go. Next, I need 1 chopped onion. Now, the easiest way to chop your onion is to start by cutting the stem end of the onion off. The root is on the bottom, it's flat like this, and this is what holds the onion together. We are gonna be looking for that tall, long stem end, and you just wanna slice that off. Then lay it flat side down, come over the onion and slice it in half. Peel off the skin. Then take 1/2 of the onion, you put your hand right over the top, and you just create a tic-tac-toe board with your knife. So I'm gonna make horizontal slices, and then vertical slices, and then I'll come over the top and just slice straight down, and there you have it, the easiest way to chop your onion. Then I need 2 chopped apples. Now, I like a really bright tart apple for this recipe, so I usually use a Granny Smith, but something like a Pink Lady would also work really well. And so what I do to chop the apple is I just slice the sides of the apple into boards. Then you lay these down, cut them into strips, go back the other way, and you'll have your little bits of chopped apple ready to go. Outside of that, all I need to do is prepare the bacon. Now, personally, my favorite way to make bacon is in the microwave. It's very easy to do. It makes the bacon really crunchy. It's not greasy, and it's not super messy. But if you are not a microwave person, no problem. You can make your bacon in the oven. You can make it on the stovetop. Just pick whichever cooking method you prefer and cook yourself some nice crunchy bacon. Now, I do suggest looking for a good high quality bacon. You want something that's organic and nitrate free. The bacon that I'm using today is from a company called ButcherBox. If you've been watching for a while, you know that I've been using them for a few years now. They are a delivery service. They literally bring right to your doorstep high quality grass-fed beef, pastured chicken, and heritage pork, plus other add-ons like salmon and scallops and bacon. And I am a huge fan. I highly recommend them to anybody who's wanting to level up the quality of the meat that they're eating in a very convenient way. So if that's something that interests you, I will of course link to them down in the description box below. Okay, so I've got my bacon all laid out on the pan. I'm only using 4 slices of bacon. That's the great thing about an ingredient like this, right? It has such big flavor that a little bit goes a long way. Now, a lot of bacon pans these days come with lids, but mine did not. So I just usually lay a couple paper towels over the top, and then you put this in the microwave for about 4 to 5 minutes. All microwaves vary, so you have to play with it yourself. But no matter how you are making your bacon, the end goal here is some nice crunchy bacon, just like this, that we can crumble up into little pieces. And for all of my friends who do not eat bacon, if you want to substitute something that's gonna give you a nice, bright, salty flavor like the bacon is gonna add, you can either try tossing some capers into the final dish or some fresh chopped green olives. Both of those will get the job done and play really nicely with the sweetness of the apples. Now, here at the stove, I have a steamer basket set up for my Brussels sprouts. All you need to do with this is pour a couple inches of water in the bottom of a pot. You're gonna bring it up till you have a light boil or like a good rolling simmer. Then I pop the steamer basket in, which has all of my Brussels sprouts inside of it, and then put the lid on. Now this takes about 8 to 10 minutes to cook. Really what we're looking for is for those Brussels sprouts to be nice and tender. And I love using my steamer for this because it's a great way to get a nice, tender, delicious Brussels sprout without having to use a lot of oil or butter when you're cooking. Once the Brussels sprouts have turned this beautiful bright green color and they are fork tender, that means they're ready to go. So I just shut the heat off and we'll just let those sit until we're ready to bring the dish together. Now the last step is sauteing our onions and our apples. So I've got a nice large saute pan heating up over medium heat, and to that I'm adding just 1 tablespoon of pastured butter. This could also be oil, like an olive oil or some coconut oil. So by all means, use what you have, use what you love. I just really love using a little bit of butter with the apples and the onions. I love that flavor combo. So once the butter has melted, in goes my onion. I'll give that a nice big fat pinch of kosher salt. That's gonna help pull the liquid out of the onions and get it cooking a little bit faster. Let this go for about 5 minutes or so. Really the goal here is for those onions to become nice and tender, and you're gonna see that they're gonna turn translucent. Once that happens, I'm gonna toss my apples in, along with a little bit more salt and some fresh black pepper, and then we're just gonna toss this all throughout the pan and let this cook for another 5 to 10 minutes. We really just want the apples to soften up, and they're gonna be like little sweet jewels throughout the dish. So once that has happened and the apples and the onions look just like this, then I'm gonna get the Brussels sprouts into the pan along with the parsley, and then we'll stir everything together. Now all we used was that 1 tablespoon of butter, so this dish is very light. If you wanted to add a little more richness, you could go ahead and drizzle an extra tablespoon of olive oil at this point. Personally, I don't think it needs it. I really like the texture and the flavor just the way it is. So I'll shut off my heat. I'm gonna transfer this into my serving bowl, and then my last step is crumbling that crispy, crunchy bacon right over the top. So you can see why this dish would be so perfect for a holiday table. Not only is it beautiful, but all of those flavors come together, and it really is so delicious. Delicious. Wow. You get the little sweet bites of apple with that crunchy, crispy, salty bacon, and then that earthy, tender Brussels sprout. All the flavors, it's like a little flavor explosion. So good. I'm so excited to see y'all make this recipe, and when you do, please do me a favor and tag me on Instagram and on Facebook so I can see all the recipes you're making in your very own kitchens. It 100% makes my day. And if you haven't already, please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share this video with anybody else you know who wants to make healthy eating easy. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Danny Spies, and I will see you back here next time with some more clean and deliciousness. Cheers! If you could be a bacon bit or an olive, what would you be?
Can I be a bacon bit in an olive?
Of course you can.